Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing my time. Doing my time. Got myself a problem.
from San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Sports World Radio. Glad everybody could be here today. We got a jam-packed show. I hope everybody had a great, what was it, Labor Day weekend? I hope everybody had a great, I think that's what it was. Who the hell knows anymore?
Yeah, it was Labor Day weekend.
Thank you, Shawnee. I hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. Nice 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I hope everybody was Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Hope everybody dug it, had the nice time off. I know I did. I relaxed. Dealing with my back pain, it's just killing me. I'm playing hurt today, boys and girls, but I'm here. I'm about, I would say, about 65%. If you push my buttons, I'm really going to get angry. And I have a feeling they're going to push my buttons today. We'll see what happens. Sports World Radio, I'm the host, Jeff Escout, right here. And we got Sean Mann with us. And SportsWorldRadio.com is the place to listen to our show. If you want to hang out in our chat room and you have a free account with Spreaker, SPREAKER.com, you can head on over there, get yourself a free account. Then go back over to Sports World Radio and just click the chat room, the little bubble over there when we're live, and you can hang out in our chat room with us. Ask us all the questions you want. Or if you want to give us a call, dial 619-663-3715, 619-663-3715. Does anybody say dial anymore? Sean?
I don't know if anybody knows or even has dialed yet.
Does anybody say dial no more? We don't dial anymore. Just hit the number, 619-663-3715. Hey, if you got a Facebook account, head on over to Facebook Facebook.com/Sports World Radio and like our Facebook page, our Facebook fan page. And then follow us on Twitter at Twitter.com/Sports World Radio as well. Don't forget to sign up for our NFL Pick'em group. Only a couple of days left, boys and girls, before the season starts. Season starts Thursday. If you have not joined our league and you have liked our fan page over there at Facebook, you can go over to the Facebook page, scroll down a little bit, you'll see the post where it says join our league, or send an email to swrshow@gmail.com. That's swrshow@gmail.com. In the subject line, put Pick'em. In the body, put your name and your email, and I will send you the invitation to join our NFL Pick'em group. There's only 2 days left, so get in quickly. Now, with all that out of the way, what do you say? Hey, we bring in that voice that you heard, the co-host of the show, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on there, you rat bastard?
I am well, Jeff, and welcome everybody to Sports World Radio on this Tuesday, September 2nd, 2014. Yes, it is. Labor Day weekend is complete. It's all done with, signaling pretty much the end of summer because football, is right around the corner with the NFL. And they're already saying, nah, I never missed you, Sean. And then LOL, flip-flopper audio. Good to see you there, Encyclopedia Man, Dr. Myth. Weather right now is about, pretty cool today, like in the 70s today. It's supposed to be the 60s tomorrow. Having a great day. How are you, Jeff, and how's the weather out there?
Wow, the weather just turned an instant. As soon as it got into September, that weather got cool out there, didn't it?
I'm very happy it's getting cool, and it won't be long, and fall's a few weeks away. And I know, Jeff, that your favorite basketball season's coming up next month with the NBA.
I know, I can smell it. I can smell it. It's coming pretty soon. I can smell it. It's kind of warm out here today. As you know, I had the air conditioner on right before we went on the air, so you know what that means.
It means it's hot where you're at in sunny San Diego.
Yeah, that's why it's called sunny San Diego, for Jiminy Cricket's sakes.
Encyclopedia Man, it's a sauna, isn't it?
Sauna? Yeah, it's always a sauna out here in San Diego. But hey, I don't have to shovel any freaking snow. I'll tell you that right now. I don't have to shovel any snow at all. So there. You people are going to be shoveling snow in a couple of months. Not me.
Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely.
Not me. Ha ha
Don't
ha
worry.
ha.
My father's got the snow blower. He can use it. That'll be all right.
You send your dad out there to use the snowblower while you're shoveling the sidewalk.
Hey, he doesn't mind it. I can shovel the sidewalks, and he'll be all right with using the snow blower.
Makes you do the hard work with the shovel. I like that.
Just use your knees instead of your back for shoveling snow, and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
Great,
yeah,
grand.
yeah. So let me ask you a question, buddy. You went away again on vacation?
Yes.
Where did you go this time?
I went back to Montana.
I swear to God, dude, you take more vacations than Carter's got liver pills.
Well, at least I tell you in advance. Otherwise, if I told you at the last minute, you'd be on me.
For somebody who doesn't work a lot, you sure do take a lot of vacations.
A vacation a week? Yeah, whatever, Encyclopedia Man. Very funny.
He took one last week to go out to his brother's wedding, and then he just took another one this week. What the heck is going on with you?
It was family-related for Labor Day weekend. Okay.
Another family-related Labor Day, another family-related thing. You guys meet an awful lot. How much do you really miss each other? You guys meet all the time. Didn't you just see each other's at the wedding?
Yeah, but I had to see him again. I had to help him out with some stuff.
Did you really?
Yes.
Jesus, criminy, man. That's a lot. A family reunion is for people who's supposed to meet once every 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 years. Not once every 2 weeks. You know? Not once every 2 weeks. That's not a family reunion. That's a party. Okay?
Yeah. That is true.
Right. It's a party. It ain't no family reunion.
Oh, Lord.
Jesus, criminy. I think you just fixed my back by me making a little fun of you there.
Yeah. Well, we do have NFL to get to 11 minutes after the
to
hour. Jerry Jones strikes again, this Encyclopedia Man who sent me this story right before the show began. The Cowboys to bring in Michael Sam. Michael Sam is flying into Dallas on Tuesday night and will take a physical for the Cowboys on Wednesday, a source told ESPN insider Adam Schefter. If Sam passes his physical, the Cowboys intend to sign him to their practice squad, the source said.
Okay, now
Jerry Jones is all happy about this.
I know, and I read the article.
Yeah.
Okay? I read the article.
Yeah. What did you think about what Jerry Jones is trying to do?
Exactly. You said it right there. Is Jerry Jones doing this because he wants him on the practice squad because he's a good football player? Or is he doing it because it's a combination of he's a good football player who they could use on their practice squad, but he won't mind the publicity?
Probably the second one that you asked me over there about how to be on their practice squad.
You know what, Josh? I happen to agree with you, my friend.
That Jerry Jones is an attention whore?
Yes. And I'm glad you said it. Yes, I happen to agree with you, Josh. Hashtag attention whore. I agree. Jerry Jones is. With Jerry Jones, I'm always skeptical. I don't know if Jerry Jones is doing it because he wants Michael Sam on his practice squad because it'd be good publicity, or because he thinks that Michael Sam could help his team. I don't know.
Just like Sean's milk bucket challenge, it's attention seeking. Thanks a lot.
That I would like to see, Dr. Myth.
A milk bucket challenge? No, you're talking
That
about
I
the
would,
ice
yeah.
bucket challenge.
Oh, you just hit the nail right on the head, Dr. Myth. That's
Ew,
pretty
I don't want to take
good.
a bunch of showers. Give me a break. With baby lunchbox. You sicko.
A milk bucket challenge.
Oh, so what am I supposed to do? Go on YouTube saying Jeff and Encyclopedia Man, Myth, and Nick and Frank and Ron and all you people, I challenge you to a milk bucket
Yeah,
challenge.
but you can't
Good grief.
use no baby lunchbox like you used before. You got to use the lunch pail like I used, man. The garbage bucket and dump a whole freaking thing
Ew,
of milk. Yeah.
God.
That thing will probably hold about, you put 5 gallons of milk in there and dump it on your head.
It will be sticky,
Yeah,
people.
no, it won't.
Sticky.
No, it won't.
What's the matter with it? I saw other people use
You
their
had the
lunch
smallest
box for
bucket
the
of-
ice bucket challenge. Come on.
I know. He had a really tiny bucket. What, he had 3 cubes in there?
I had plenty of ice, and it sure felt good. And I needed it to wake me up, so I went with, for the ice bucket challenge.
I like that idea, Dr. Myth. A milk
That's
bucket challenge.
That's the most stupidest idea I've ever heard of in my life. Give me a break.
That's a lot of milk, though. That's a lot of milk.
Sports World Radio Milk Bucket Challenge. Myth, good grief.
That's a lot of milk, Myth. You know what? And gallons of milk ain't cheap anymore. Not like it's water. Water's free.
As the Cowboys open up their season, before we go to the first commercial break, against the 49ers, they announced Tuesday that rookie defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence, their second-round pick, has been placed on injured reserve with the designated to return tag. That means Lawrence, who is recovering from surgery to repair a broken foot, suffered early in training camp, is ineligible to practice for 6 weeks.
Right.
Must sit out the first 8 games of the regular season.
Right. So what happens is then they pull somebody off the practice squad and put him on the team. Now they're going to fill that guy's spot on the practice squad, and that's what they're doing with Sam. So Sam will have a chance to go in there and learn the defense and everything. I would not be surprised at all if you see Michael Sam playing in Dallas on the Cowboys. Never mind just their practice squad, but on the team because because Jerry Jones is an attention whore. On that note, we're going to run to a quick commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Sports World Radio, Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the internet. I can guarantee you'll never hear a sports show like this, my friends. So you got to tune in each and every Monday through Friday 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And if you live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
that's right. That's my buddy Sean right there. Sean, I was talking to Sean while we were on break, and I said to him, wow, it's September already. And then I said, hey, next month, isn't it our 6-year anniversary? And he goes, yep. You believe it, dude? We've been together 6 freaking years? Next month?
Hard to believe.
It is hard to believe. You lasted.
Yeah, and I've known Mr. Dr. Myth there for a long time, and he gives me heck, but I'm used to it. He's a good guy. And, of course, Encyclopedia Man, we just started with him and Frank back in March.
It's odd. 6 years, doesn't seem that long, does it?
Feels like yesterday. I was only 21 when I started with you.
You were only 21 when you started with me, right?
That's right.
And now how old are you?
I'm a young 27-year-old.
See how we put that, guys? I'm a young 27-year-old. What kind of crap is that?
Time flies when you're having fun.
I'm a
That's
young
right.
I'm a young 27-year-old. That's a bunch of bullhickey.
I'm still a young guy. I'm still 27.
You're still in your 20s. Jeez Louise, man. You make me feel old.
Hey, look, the youngest one here is the Encyclopedia Man, and I believe he's 20 years old.
You guys make me feel old. Ugh. I'm going to be 49 on my next birthday. That's going to stink. Hey, raise me. I'm going to have to take that day off. I'm getting old. Hey, don't forget, coming up in the second hour of the show, at least I hope he's showing up, is the Big Wind. Frank Sprankle out there from Chicago. We'll talk to our good friend Frank and see what's going out there in Chicago. What do you got for me next there, buddy?
Okay, I was just going to mention more about the Cowboys
Jerry
and what
Jones.
their decision is.
Ugh.
They play against the 49ers on Sunday, and I know, Jeff, we'll be having our first NFL Saturday night show coming up, and I'm going to be asking you, too. I think we all know that this is going to be another long year for the Dallas Cowboys organization. If they think, they're jinxing themselves because all of the playoff tickets that they've already sold.
Yeah, way to promote your own show, Jeff, for the new Saturday show. Way to go at the top of the show, you schmuck.
More about the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones says Tony Romo will be an improved player this year. Jerry Jones doesn't expect Tony Romo to be the same quarterback he was before, undergoing a second back surgery in the span of less than a year.
What I need.
Jones says that the Dallas Cowboys owner and general manager expects Romo to be better than ever and have a chance to take the Cowboys to the Super Bowl.
Lots of luck. Lots of luck. Lots of luck. That's all I got to say.
Saying no way the Cowboys will get to the Super Bowl again.
No way. It's not happening. What gives you any indication? The last 3 years don't.
8-8.
Yeah. 8-8. 8-8. 8-8. Last 3 years. So what makes you give you any indication that you're going to win a Super Bowl after being 8-8 last 3 years? Well, you pretty much got the same quarterback, same head coach, and a worse defense than you had last year. You tell me.
Jones said this on the 105.3 The Fan. He goes, quote, I also think you'll see an improved player relative to the experience and the time that he spent with his new coordinator, Jones said on the radio station, 105.3, as I pointed out. Quote, this is a real successful matchup. I think these guys are going to be pretty effective with the way they work together, and the Cowboys will come back to the winning ways.
Oh, my. Skip Bayless today said that Romo could be as good as Aaron Rodgers this year?
That's exactly what he said. He said he could be better than Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, you want to know something? I am so glad I sleep through that show. I am so glad that show is on when I'm sleeping. You know why?
Why?
Because then I don't have to listen to that bull he's spewing out his behind.
Quote, Tony basically said he's thinking of it before I do. And that's something because Tony has a lot of thoughts as he plays a ball game. He stays out ahead of pretty good, so we're going to be pretty pleased with that combination. So all this talk about the Cowboys being great, better be careful because
you
if
want
you
to
don't,
know something?
you're gonna yeah.
Skip Bayless should be suspended for a week for saying that right there. That Romo could be as good as Aaron Rodgers this year.
He probably would say, well, what's the matter with that, Mr. Eskow? I'm only entitled to my own opinion, and I can speak my mind.
Well, exactly. Well, Stephen A. Smith was entitled to his own opinion, and he got suspended for it, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
So I think you should get suspended for saying something stupid like that. Because that's stupid.
It is stupid.
That is stupid. You know what, Skip Bayless? That's just as stupid as saying the Cowboys and Browns are going to be in the Super Bowl. And I know you've already backed off of that.
He's such a flip-flopper. And he was saying that now he backs off at that, and Skip Bayless says, by February of next year, I changed my mind. It'll be New England and Seattle in the Super Bowl.
Hey, Josh, I want you to do me a favor this year, this NFL season. I want you to keep stats for Romo and stats for Rodgers. And I want to know who's the better quarterback every single week.
And I know throughout the course of the NFL
I'm
football
gonna rip
season,
him.
Jeff will be keeping track of all the not Stephen A. Smith, but the Skip Bayless stuff.
Because he's I would love, but see, the only problem is those guys have papers in front of them. I do this without papers. Freaking rat bastards.
He must be talking quite a bit with Jerry Jones, Skip Bayless must be. He must be saying, he goes, hey, Skip, can I tell you to say this? And you say that, and say this, and say how great the Cowboys are and how they're America's team?
Unstinking drives me bananas that these guys are allowed to spew this garbage, and I can't even get my radio show on freaking network television because I'm wrong. What? What? I got people stealing my one-liners left and right. ESPN is stealing my sayings left and right and not giving me freaking due. And I say it like it is, and they don't like that. Tough patooies.
And now all of a sudden he thinks that Tony Romo will be a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers.
How does he
and then what's he going to say next in a couple weeks if he does really well? Tony Romo
how does he
is better
come to
than
that
Eli
conclusion?
Manning. Oh, Tony Romo is better than Tom Brady or Peyton Manning.
How does he come to that conclusion? Because, I can almost guarantee you right now, you put up Romo's stats from last year and you put up freaking Rodgers' stats from last year, I guarantee, and I'm not looking at him because I know Rodgers had a better year by far.
Well, you know what Skip Bayless would say? He said, okay, that was last year. He goes, this is 2014, Jeff. Just wait until you see a much improved Tony Romo, and he'll be better than Aaron Rodgers, and then I'll prove you that I'm better than you, and I'm right, and I know more about football than you. That's what he would say.
And I'm going to say Tony Romo just came off another back surgery. How do you know he's not going to fall apart?
Exactly.
And then I'm going to turn around to Skip, and I'm going to say, go ahead, Skip, use that word if. Go ahead. Go ahead, Skip, use that word if. Go ahead, use that word if. And dude on the button, censor boy, you get ready. Go ahead, Skip. Use the word if. Go ahead, because I'll throw it right back in your face. Use the word if, Skip. Come on.
I know that every time I know Jeff is always posting on his Twitter, I hate Skip Bayless. You know right away that's Jeff
It's
in a
me,
heartbeat.
man. That's right. I can't stand. How does he come to the conclusion? That's what I want to know. I'm going to let him spew his garbage. I'm going to write notes down what he's saying, and then I'm just going to. My first question is, I'm going to go, how do you come to the conclusion that Tony Romo could be just as good as Aaron Rodgers when he's coming off second back surgery, and he's really got no offensive line, and his defense stinks? Explain that one to me, Mr. Skip Bayless.
More on the Cowboys. Here's another one. Time isn't mellowing, Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones. In a rich portrait of the Dallas Cowboys owner and general manager, ESPN's Don Van Natta Jr. writes that Jones' feud with his former coach is as spicy as ever. Jones revealed that has no intention of putting Johnson in the team's Ring of Honor despite his 2 Super Bowl championships. Jones believes that Johnson taking credit for making football decisions was an irreparable breach. Irreparable breach.
Yeah, I saw that. So the guy who won you the Super Bowls, you're not going to put in the Ring of Honor because he doesn't let Jerry Jones take. Jimmy Johnson takes all the credit for putting the teams together, and Jerry Jones doesn't get the credit. So therefore, Jerry Jones's ego won't let put Jimmy Johnson's in the Ring of Honor. How about that?
Quite honestly, Jeff,
That's what
I
it
can
comes
say
down
this to
to.
you and to everybody. I'm just really, really glad that none of us have to work with Jerry Jones or even be a coordinator or a coach.
would
Because
never
you know
do
what?
it.
You went to Dallas and you had to work there, and then you had Jerry Jones watching your every move. That would be
Micromanaging.
so rough. And they say, boom, you're out of here. I'm the one
Micromanaging.
that is God. I rule the Cowboys. I'm the man that knows everything.
Right, he micromanages everything. So just let him do it. Just get out of there and let him do it because it's ridiculous.
He's been a disgrace for the Cowboys ever since he bought the team back in February of 1989. And I remember they had a huge story about how he bought the team in 89 and how it angered you and a bunch of Cowboy fans that he fired legendary coach Tom Landry.
Hey, did anybody see OTL over the weekend? Anybody see the OTL over the weekend on ESPN? You know how they do the OTL early mornings on ESPN in the weekend?
Yep.
They did a great one on Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. A fantastic one. And I happened to be up. It was done Saturday morning. I couldn't sleep, and I was still up from Friday night. How about that? It was
Everybody's sick
freaking...
of Jerry Jones, and I know. And then you know what's going to happen before we go to second commercial break. Dallas doesn't make the playoffs. Jason Garrett gets fired. And then Jerry Jones goes back in his hole and he hides because he can't face the media. That's what happens, Jeff. He usually just goes into his cave and goes in hiding because he knows he screwed up. Because then he's got Cowboy fans in Dallas booing him wherever he goes.
No, I know it was free, but it was a really good one, and they asked him straight bluntly, "Do you think you've been doing a good job as a general manager?"
I'll never forget that.
And
Back in October of last year, he says, "I've done a very good job as general manager of the Dallas Cowboys."
Well, in this one, okay, in this one, in the OTL, this one, he said he gave himself a C.
Oh, so maybe he's listening to us. Maybe he's kind of saying, I'm backing off a little bit. I'm an average general manager.
He gave himself a C. Okay, so I'm okay. I was kind of shocked. I was shocked that he did that. Really just shocked. But he gave himself, if you didn't see it, you gotta check it out. The OTL from ESPN this weekend was phenomenal. They did one on Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. It was really good, and I was shocked that he said it. I was just really shocked that he said it. You know, it was pretty awesome. Hey, we're going to run to a quick commercial break. Listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think.
Synergistic integration.
Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the best 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. in the West. And if you live in the Central,
Figure it out for yourself.
wow, that was a pretty quick one there, my friend.
Trying to beat Frank Encyclopedia, man.
Yeah,
Welcome
you
there,
better-
Frank.
You better
Great.
you better start learning how to say it quick, because when Frank comes in here, he's just gonna say 5 o'clock. You know that.
Yeah, he's going to own us. He's going to try to.
Not own us, own you. Don't throw me in there.
35 minutes past the hour on this 2nd of September 2014. Next story that we get to, big news from the NFL and breaking news. Colts owner Jim Irsay has been suspended 6 games, fined $500,000, barred from social media. What do you guys think of that?
Barred from social media. I think that's kind of weird.
Yep, suspended 6 games and fined $500,000, the maximum allowed, according to the NFL Network's Ian Rappaport. Rappaport also said Irsay has been banned from social media, which Irsay uses regularly and can't be at the team's faculty,
Can't do
attend
nothing.
practice, or go
But
to league functions.
I don't like the 6 games. I think it should have been more. Should have been at least 8. Minimum of 8.
You say 8 games? What if they had suspended Irsay a whole season, Jeff? Would you have been fine with that too?
Yes, sir.
Well, Frank goes, his social media is his.
Well, they banned him from social media because I don't want him doing anything under the. I know it probably has. Well, what's his social media name? Does it have anything to say with the Colts on it? Was his social media name represented by the Colts or anything like that? So maybe he has to. Maybe that's why they did that.
In a statement released today, here's what Jim Irsay said. He goes, quote, here's this long statement. I acknowledge the mistake I made last March and stand responsible for the consequences of that mistake, for which I sincerely apologize to our community and to Colts fans everywhere. Even more importantly, though, I am committed to do everything in my power to turn this whole experience into a positive event for myself, my family, and the community. In retrospect, I now know that the incident opened my eyes to issues in my life that needed addressing and helped put me on the path to regain my health. I truly hope and pray that my episode will help in some small measure to diminish the stigma surrounding our country's terrible and deadly problem of addiction. It is a disease like other progressive terminal diseases, one that can only be successfully treated by understanding, committed hard work, and spiritual growth. I am deeply grateful for the tremendous outpouring of love and support during these past 5 months from my family, friends, caregivers, and our great community. Please know I am firmly committed to staying on my path to good health, and I look forward to a great season. That's what Jim Irsay said today.
Well, he's suspended 6 games, fined $500,000, and can't have anything to do with the team for 6 games. And can't go on social media.
Frank says this. He goes, I don't think social media should be optional for a person. As far as the fine and suspension, it's right. It has to be. I can agree with that, too, about the suspension. So great. He can't even use his social media. What's he supposed to do? Just twiddle his thumbs and gets when he's suspended for 6 games because he can't use his social media with Colts on it?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yes. Yeah, because it's probably connected to the Colts account, so yes. That's why.
I think it's just pretty sad. All the stories that Encyclopedia Man has given to me and what we've seen throughout ESPN, Fox Sports, CNN, SI, and all the major sports, Sirius Satellite Sports, it's just pretty sad too, Jeff, when you think about all the players are getting big fines and big suspensions. Like one player I told you about got suspended a year, the Browns player. Another player got suspended 9 games. It just seems like the NFL feels like, well, let's just see if we can give less suspensions because they're probably they're taking lessons from the Ray Rice situation because he only got 2 games.
We need a new name for the football league because it's a bunch of criminals playing in the league now, man.
It's becoming a dirty game, if you get my drift.
It's a bunch of criminals playing. Maybe we should call it the Criminal Football League.
Pretty much. And Roger Goodell, how about his letter that you read on the air last week, Jeff? You talked about how he pretty much just finally addressed the issue of domestic violence.
Yeah.
Domestic violence and other provocative stuff.
Yes. I don't want to go back there. Yes. Hey, on another note, hey, Frank.
CFL Criminal Football League.
hey, Frank. I'm gonna bust your chops a little bit, my friend. Yeah, we can't do it the CFL because you got the Canadian Football League, but that would be good.
That's.
Right?
But I like what Myth was getting at.
Hey, Frank, I like that. The Notorious Felons League. I like that, Frank. Notorious Felons League. I knew he'd come up with a good one. Hey, Frank. Here's the deal. You're coming in at the top of the hour, which is in 20 minutes. Okay? I'm looking at all the contestants that are playing in our Pick'em group. You ain't there, bitch. So here it is. If you aren't signed up for the NFL Pick'em group by the time you come on the air, your chops are going to get busted so freaking hard, I'm going to make you cry.
Fix it. Come on, Frank. Get in the league. We're waiting for you. Get in there.
Got me? You got 20 minutes.
It's not that hard, bud. We're on Yahoo. Come on.
Unbelievable. It's been, 3 weeks we've been trying to get this son of a bitch to play?
And you've been telling people for, since July to tell people, look, we're going to be doing our NFL Pro Football Pick'em. Christ, shut your mouth.
Then you better join, woman.
Get your butt in there, Frank. Come on.
You better join, woman.
I'm not on Yahoo. Look what he says. I'm not on Yahoo.
Well, you better make a fake account. I told you that last week. Make a fake account. Call it blowhard at yahoo.com, and then make your freaking team the big wins.
Yeah, get on in there, Frank. It won't be much of a league without you. And remember, our NFL show is coming up on Saturday.
Frank, I'm going to look at Big Chubby Windy. That's great, Josh. Our
Jeff
producer.
must be on the floor laughing.
I almost fell out of my chair. Our producer, Josh Lopez, puts up there, Big Chubby Wind at yahoo.com.
God dang it. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Big
funny.
Chubby Win at yahoo.com. That's classic.
That is classic. That is great. Hey, Josh, do me a favor.
Oh,
watch this. We're going to circumvent you. We're going to take you right out of it, Frank. We're going to circumvent you. Josh, do me a favor. Make a Yahoo account for Frank. Let me know what it is. You sign up for Frank and then turn it over to him. Okay? Unstinking believable. See what I got to do to circumvent idiots?
Oh, wait till he comes in 17 minutes. Then he'll come in there on commercial break, and then he'll be ripping you. He goes,
look at him.
Look, I'm doing it
right now.
He's
Good.
Saying, look, I'm doing it
Okay,
now.
you're good because you got 17 minutes before you get a new Heine.
Big Cubby Win at yahoo.com.
That was great, Josh.
Oh, man, that was classic.
Josh, that's one of the funniest things I've ever seen you write in the chat room. Big Chubby Win
I'm going to laugh
at
all night about
yahoo.com.
that.
BigChubbyWind at yahoo.com.
Jeff was laughing so hard. He must have been on the floor laughing.
That is great. BigChubbyWind at yahoo.com. I love that. Hey, Frank, just type the email down in here, the new Yahoo email down in the chat room. I'll send you the invitation right now. BigChubbyWind at yahoo.com.
BigChubbyWin at yahoo.com.
Big Chubby.
BigChubbyWin at yahoo.com.
That was great, dude. Big
Oh, but
Chubby
anyway,
Win.
Irsay getting suspended 6 games, though, Jeff. I can agree with that, but you're saying, how many games would you
it
think?
is
You
Big
probably were
Cubby.
saying maybe 10 or 12 games for Irsay.
It is Big Cubby. I'm sorry. It is Big Cubby Wind at yahoo.com. I don't like Big Cubby. I want it to be Big Chubby Wind at yahoo.com.
Before we go to update, Myth goes, oh, Jeff, I think you just got a new award, the Lopez Comedy Line of the Week.
Yeah, but I'm changing it to the Big Chubby Wind. Big Chubby Wind at yahoo.com instead of Cubby.
Oh, that's
great,
funny.
ain't it?
Oh, that was a funny yaw. That's a good one, Frank. And then, of course, you could also put, the windbags.
The Windbags?
Well, you call them
The Big,
big
Wind.
or something.
Yeah,
Windbags,
the Big Wind.
Big Wind or something.
Big Wind at yahoo.com.
Breaking news. Frank Sprankel's Yahoo account complete.
Big
Use
Wind
the
at yahoo.com. He did it. He did it. Big Cubby Win.
Oh, man.
Big Cubby Win or Big Cubby Wind? What the hell are you doing to me?
As I say, Big Cubby Win at Yahoo.
Big Cubby. Oh, I know why he did that, because he's a Cubs fan, right?
Yes, he's a diehard Chicago Cubs fan.
So that's why he did. Big Cubby Wind. Big Cubby Win. Cubbies don't win nothing big, dude.
Anyway, I guess we have to run to our first update after a humorous last
Okay,
couple
hold
minutes.
on 1 second. I'm sending this invitation, and I want him to know. I'm sending this invitation right now to Big Cubby Win at yahoo.com. And I'm typing in there, here you go, you rat bastard. Okay, invitation sent. This is our first update of the day. This update is brought to you by shirtshopper.net. Listen, kids, NFL season is right around the corner. You want to support your NFL team? Head on over to shirtshopper.net. Get your NFL t-shirt today. All you have to do is take your cursor, put it over the sports shirt tab, drop-down box will come, click on the NFL, click on your favorite NFL team, and get your NFL shirt today at shirtshopper.net. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
Welcome, Jeff, and thank you, Jeff, and thank you, everybody. 46 minutes past the hour of September 2nd, 2014, Tuesday. In Major League Baseball, we have got about, 4 or 5 weeks left to go before the end of the Major League Baseball season. Starting in the American League, interleague play tonight, it'll be the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles are well on their way to winning the American League East Division. Cincinnati trying to hang in there for that second wild card spot. Another pivotal series upcoming this week. It'll be the Detroit Tigers taking on the Cleveland Indians. Right now, the Tigers are battling it out with the Royals for the American League Central Division and trying to hang on for the wild card. The Indians, of course, sitting about 5 games back at Detroit for that second wild card spot. And also, actually 4 games behind the Royals for the second wild card spot. Tonight, the Red Sox play the Yankees tonight at Yankee Stadium. The Red Sox trying to play spoiler against the Yankees. The Yankees kind of going back on a bit of a slump. They just lost 2 out of 3, starting to slim a little bit for their playoff hopes. The Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Those two teams, of course, slightly hanging on, trying to keep their hopes alive for that second wild card spot. Tonight, the Texas Rangers at the Kansas City Royals. Chicago White Sox at Minnesota Twins. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim against the Houston Astros. And a big series down in Oakland. It'll be the Seattle Mariners taking on the Oakland Athletics. Moving to the National League, here are the games that we have. You got the Philadelphia Phillies at the Atlanta Braves. The New York Mets taking on the Miami Marlins. Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Chicago Cubs. Pittsburgh Pirates at the St. Louis Cardinals, San Francisco Giants at the Colorado Rockies, the Washington Nationals at the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the San Diego Padres. In the NFL, since all the preseason games are done, we got some breaking news, of course, from the NFL, and that is Jim Irsay this afternoon was suspended 6 games, fined $500,000 for trouble he got himself back into from the month of March. And the Redskins' name continues to make headlines with the possibility of a new name, or they're going to keep it the Washington Redskins. That's something we can talk about after the break. The fans say they want to keep the Redskins name. The NFL does not start until Thursday night. Of course, that game is on NBC, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5:30 p.m. Pacific. That will be the Green Bay Packers taking on the defending Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks, as the Seahawks will be raising their championship banner to the rafters after their tremendous season that they had last year. When we come back from our commercial break, we've got more sports talk to get to. Frank Sprankle coming in the second hour. This update was brought to you by ShirtShopper.net. With the NFL season coming, get the best NFL shirts on ShirtShopper.net. Be right back after commercial.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann. We do the show each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And if you live in Essential,
figure it out for yourself.
Oh, he just stayed right with my theme there. I kind of like that. We're getting close to the top of the hour, which we're going to bring in the big wind. That means Frank Sprankle himself is going to come in and spew some sports garbage. So get ready for that, my friends. And I'm sure he's going to pick a bone with me.
In fact, I kind of with you. But before we get to that, 53 minutes past the hour. In the update that I was mentioning about the Redskins, how about this? There is a poll that has come out today, ladies and gentlemen. Frank, this was something we talked about yesterday. Not yesterday, but last week. 71% say keep the Redskins. Nearly 3/4 of Americans favor letting the Washington Redskins keep their nickname. But the percentage who think it should be changed has tripled in the past 2 decades, according to a poll conducted by Langer Research. for, quote, Outside the Lines. I've actually watched that show before, Jeff, Outside the Lines. Nearly a quarter, 23% of Americans surveyed now think the name should be changed, up from 8% in 1992 and up 9% points in the past year alone. I'm getting so sick of this, Jeff. Like we've always said, just keep it the Washington Redskins. I know people will be very disgusted, and I will be, if the Redskins were to change their name. And you know Dan Snyder doesn't want to change that name.
He's not going to. He's not going to. Josh is doing the same thing I'm doing. My face is my palm is in my face. Exactly right, Josh. I'm with you 100%. Exactly right, Josh.
The poll of 1,019 Americans conducted on landlines and cell phones between August 20th and August 24th found that 71%, Jeff, favor keeping the nickname. But that's down from 89% when the question was first asked 22 years ago. It also found that 68% of people responding think the nickname is not disrespectful of Native Americans, compared to just 9% who say it is, quote, a lot disrespectful. So now it's just like there's this thing and this concept, Jeff, with respect, that they think it's a respectful nickname because of the Native Americans. And then there's people that say it's disrespectful, change the name.
I don't think they're going to change the name. Dan Snyder's not going to let him change. Listen, if play-by-play people and people calling game want to call them Washington, that's fine. They want to say the Redskins, I'm fine with that. I've known them my whole life as the Washington Redskins. I don't want them to change, and I hope Dan never. That's the one thing I like about Snyder. He says he's sticking to his guns and he's not changing the name, and I hope that's true. I hope that's true.
I think that's true, too. And Governor O'Malley from Maryland said on his Facebook page that it is, quote, probably time for the Redskins to change the nickname. The team plays at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. No, don't change it. I've always known them as the Redskins. Look, last year when I took a trip to Washington, D.C., I went there and saw lots of people proud of the name. I should have gone up and asked like you told me to, Jeff, but I saw a lot of people wearing Washington Redskins gear. People love that name. They love that team. Redskins have been around since, You're going back to like the late 20s and 1930s. Like you said, they've been around forever. Mm-hmm. So why are they? I'm just so sick and tired that the NFL and people are making such a debate about wanting to change the name. I vote and say keep it the Washington Redskins. Last week, Frank was on, and we talked about Mike Ditka talking about the whole situation.
I know, so why are we talking about it again? I know, so why are we talking about it again?
It's because this is a big story with how fans feel about the nickname. That's one of the big reasons why. Should they keep it the Redskins, or should they just change the name?
Well, you want to know something? It doesn't matter what the fans think. It's only one person that it matters to, and that's Daniel Snyder. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. As long as he wants to keep the name the same, that's what it's going to stay. And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks.
And that's why Daniel Snyder, when he came in I think it was 1999 or 90, it was the late 90s when he came in and bought the Redskins. He came in because he grew up as a Redskins fan. He loved the team named Redskins. He was a fan of Joe Theismann and Doug Williams and Joe Gibbs and some of those Super Bowl teams that they had back in the 80s and, of course, in the early 90s.
All right, so what's your point?
That's why he came in and bought it, and that's why he's saying, no, I do not want to change the name. And here's what Encyclopedia Man says. Why is this still a topic?
Exactly.
It's the name.
That's
and
what
now
I'm
because
asking
there's
you.
social media and platforms to complain about stuff, that doesn't change the culture. They go on social media to have people feel sorry for them.
That's why I'm asking you.
Point.
That's why I'm asking you. Why is it still a freaking topic? There's only one person that it matters to. Daniel Snyder can give a flying fig Newton what anybody else thinks. What I think, what you think, what the Indians think, what NFL thinks. It's only up to one person, and that's Daniel Snyder. The NFL cannot force him to change the name.
No, they can't. And Roger Goodell can't do one thing about it.
So you know what? As far as I'm concerned, it's a non-issue.
Yeah, Frank, I want to hear your perspective when you come in the second hour to talk about this whole
I got to listen to this crap again? I got to listen to this crap again?
He's got something to say about it. A non-scientific survey by ESPN NFL Nation revealed that 58%, 167, 286 players say the Redskins should not change their name. But 42%, 119 said they should.
You want to know my real? I don't want them to change the name, but you want to know something?
What?
I could care less. It's not gonna do anything to me or for me. I could care less.
I could care less too,
Then
Jeff,
let's
but
move
here's
on.
the thing.
Then let's
If
move
they
on.
were to change
Sean.
the name, it
No,
would sure
Sean.
be odd having to say them
Sean,
during my updates.
then let's move on.
Sure.
Then let's move on. Because we both could care less. And that fact, it's a non-story. Move on. You know what? Let's go to the top of the hour break. I didn't even set the top of the hour break yet. Rat bastard got me so excited. I didn't set the top of the hour breaks. What kind of crap is that?
Second hour, we'll bring Frank Sprinkle in.
Yeah, and we get to listen to this crap even more. How about that?
I got you, bud. I got the other stories encyclopedia.
Okay,
man.
so
I'll
we're
move to the next
gonna run to a quick commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Eskow, Show Man on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, welcome back, boys and girls. Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann here with you. And, of course, now joining us like he does each and every Tuesday in the second hour of the show is our good friend, the big wind himself, Frank Sprankle. What's going on there, buddy?
Should we begin with an announcement?
Yes, let's start with the announcement. Frank is lucky. He doesn't have to get his chops busted.
Does this mean so I'm lucky, but I'm not going to be getting lucky?
You're not going to be getting lucky, but you are lucky because you did get in the Pick'em group before you come on the air today, And his name is in the picking group. You're going to like this, Josh.
Oh, yeah, the name. Hold on. Should we have a drum roll?
Okay, you ready? Here's the drum roll. Pick 'em like the wind.
Pick 'em like the wind. Okay, so welcome, Frank. I'm glad you're into the NFL Fantasy Pro Football Pick 'em that Jeff and I have been doing the last few years.
So I'm an expansion team.
That's one big piece of news. Breaking news coming from ESPN and from what the Encyclopedia Man says. Denver Broncos wide receiver Wes Welker has been suspended 4 games for the use of amphetamines. Jeff, Frank, what's your take?
Well, hold on. Let's understand. Okay, go ahead, Jeff, because I want to know if he was even cleared to play against the Colts because of the concussion.
Would you think that it would have anything to do with it?
No. But I wanted to know if he was cleared. Let's take away this.
Take away the
aside. Was he cleared to play Week 1?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yes, he was.
This is a shock. This is a complete shock.
In the article that I read yesterday, he was.
My jaw dropped. This is one of the marquee players in the league, at least when it comes to wideouts.
Does that make a difference for Peyton?
Oh, yes, it does. Oh, absolutely it does, because that is one less weapon at Peyton's disposal, and Peyton Manning has depended on Wes Welker greatly since over the last season.
It's a go-to receiver, Frank, and for him to be suspended for 4 games, that's a big loss for the Denver Broncos.
Huge. And they lost Eric Decker. They lost Eric Decker during the offseason. Now you lose Wes Welker for 4 games.
And Champ Bailey got let go by Denver. I'm telling you, you're saying, Frank, and your picks that the Broncos have a very good chance to return to the Super Bowl. But let me just point out and say, do we think they're going to recover this year? Because they've lost some big pieces. If not, and if Peyton Manning, I know how you are about ifs, Jeff. If Peyton Manning and Denver doesn't get it done again this year and they don't win the Super Bowl, Bronco fans are going to be scratching their heads saying again, wow, now he's 0 for 3 because he signed the 5-year, $96 million contract, which was back in March of 2012.
Okay, let me just say this. As far as the game on Sunday night in Denver against the Colts, I think because of the Welker suspension, the line in Vegas has changed drastically in the favor of the Colts.
And you're going to be wondering, too, it's going to be amazing when you watch that game Sunday night. I don't want to talk too much about it because we got our show Saturday night, what that atmosphere will be like, because all the talk of Peyton Manning coming back and playing against his former team, the Indianapolis Colts, the team he won the Super Bowl back in 2006. That's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Hold on. But remember, they played last year, and the Colts were able to defeat Manning and the Broncos in Indianapolis in what was considered an upset on my part as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they played them last year. They played them last year, but again, the same thing. How will Andrew Luck do against the Colts, and how is Peyton Manning going to look Sunday night? That'll be a big game, and we'll see how well they look in Week 1.
Okay, but look at this way. There's going to be 2 storylines coming into this game that are negative for both teams. You got the Welker suspension. You got the Irsay suspension. I don't think the Irsay issue is going to have much impact on the Colts, obviously, because we're not talking about a player here. It might have a little bit of an impact, but Wes Welker, this is huge. And also, you're talking about, the Colts and the pressure. The Broncos and the pressure. Yes, there is pressure here on the Broncos. If the Broncos don't make it back to a Super Bowl, if they don't win it, but much less make it back to a Super Bowl, everyone's going to call John Elway's a legend in Denver. But I think there's going to be people who are going to be calling for Elway's head. They're going to be calling for Elway's head. They're going to be calling for Fox's head.
Why
They're
Elway's
going to be
head?
answering questions. How come it hasn't happened since you got Peyton Manning with
And
us?
you have to remember
Because
this.
I told you it wasn't.
You have to remember this too. Think about this big deal when he came to Denver and Elway signed. Manning signed a 5-year, $96 million deal. Everybody in Denver was saying it's going to be the biggest thing since the John Elway era since that happened.
Yeah,
but
this was the equivalent of LeBron going to Miami.
Well, here it is. He's 0 for 2 right now.
Uh-huh.
He lost the double overtime game to Baltimore, which was a great classic playoff game. And then Denver got destroyed in the Super Bowl because Seattle was able to blitz Manning and figure him out easily. And Omaha went very, very quiet on the first snap of the game in the Super Bowl. So Denver doesn't get it done this year. Again, a lot of unanswered questions. But then people will be saying, Peyton Manning's time is starting to run out because he still can't win the big games.
Okay, and here's the thing, too. A couple days after the Super Bowl, I did hear the Broncos press conference with John Elway and John Fox. And I'll tell you what, John Fox, he handled everything well, but I'm going to say this. John Elway looked like he didn't want to be there. He didn't want to face the firestorm because John Elway, I'll tell you what, in answering all of the questions from the media, not all I should say, but a good number of them, you could tell that John Elway was pissed off of what happened a couple days earlier.
He was
pissed off.
He had to be. You're getting trounced 43-8 against Seattle. You come back home, and you're coming to a Denver place that was dead silent and quiet, and Bronco fans saying, unbelievable. They're probably like saying, worst Super Bowl loss since Joe Montana's 49ers beat the Broncos 55-10 back in the 80s, or when the Giants blew them out, or when the Redskins blew them out. And that was when Elway, of course, was quarterback in the 80s. So that's kind of the way you have to look at the Peyton Manning situation. And usually, too, Jeff and Frank, when a team gets blown out in a Super Bowl, sometimes teams don't recover that long. It takes them a few years to be kind of that Super Bowl caliber team. I don't know. I still say, Frank and Jeff, Denver is kind of, in my opinion, I think they're in trouble this year. I don't think they're going to be the same team. They'll get to the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to get very far. Because
okay, and why is that?
Bowl, because of not just the distraction, but because of the Super Bowl, because that affects a team big time.
Okay, but here's the thing about what you're saying here about the Broncos and you believing them not getting to the Super Bowl. That's not going to be a good year. Now, understand this. There is one team that I potentially am a believer could give the Broncos fits, and I'm not talking here about the New England Patriots. I am talking about a team within the AFC West. No, it's not the Oakland Raiders. No, it's not the fact that they have a starting quarterback. But I do believe that potentially the Kansas City Chiefs are going to give the Denver Broncos fits. You got Alex Smith, second year in the system. You have Andy Reid. You have the Andy Reid-Alex Smith connection, the second year between those two. They started off the season very well. They went 8-0, 9-0 until the Broncos defeated them. I honestly think that the Chiefs are going to be a team to watch out for this year.
I think so too. And look at our picks right here. I'm looking at it again. Frank, you had Denver at 12-4. Jeff, you picked Denver to go 11-5. Joshy, 11-5. I picked Denver to go 13-3. Jeff, question for you. Do you think Denver's in trouble heading into this season after the Super Bowl loss?
Well, you know me. I don't have them winning a Super Bowl for the 5 years that Peyton's there playing as their quarterback. So, yeah.
You don't have faith for it. So Jeff, you don't have faith of Peyton Manning actually taking the Broncos to what would be their third Super Bowl victory.
Correct. I said the day that he signed with Denver, I said they will not win a Super Bowl with him as their quarterback.
Okay, and why is that? Is it because the fact that Peyton Manning's getting older? I don't think old as far as the quarterback position. I don't think as far as the quarterback position, being older has something to do with it.
No,
Jeff, go ahead.
I just don't think he can get it done up there.
Look, here's another big perspective here. Peyton Manning.
So far, he's been proving me right.
I've seen the games throughout the career. Okay, he's won a Super Bowl. You got to give him props for that. But he still can't win the big games. I've seen him choke in the playoffs many times when he was with the Colts and then with Denver twice. And if he doesn't get it done for the next 3 years, Bronco fans are going to be thinking, boy, what a waste around Denver and Boulder and Littleton, all the suburbs thinking that Manning is the real deal. And then they're going to say, this was a bust. This was a waste of our time. He didn't get it done.
Okay,
What's
guys,
the matter? They're going to be up in arms, and they're going to be calling the Denver radio station saying, what the heck is going on here?
Let me ask you guys this. It seems that the year after winning a Super Bowl, case in point, it's the Seattle Seahawks now, that there's not a lot of pressure for a team to repeat because it doesn't happen often. However, if you take a look at the two teams that were in the Super Bowl last year, the Seattle Seahawks, the Denver Broncos, I think for the first time in a long time, it is the losers of the previous year's Super Bowl that has all the pressure in the world to get back as opposed to the winners.
That's right.
There's no pressure on the Seahawks to get back. there's a lot of pressure on the Broncos to get back.
No, there's no pressure at all. Look at how both teams are. Seattle's still going to be a very tough team to beat. I still have them coming out of the NFC West and winning that division. It's going to be tough with San Francisco, of course. But with Denver, the pressure's on them. I just don't think they're going to recover from the Super Bowl loss, because when you get destroyed like that and blown out, teams don't recover. They're never the same after that.
Let me ask you this, Sean. We're talking about the Bronco fans and their frustration and they're angry. Look, for Wes Welker to have done this, to have taken this substance and now being suspended 4 games, Bronco fans have all the reason in the world to be pissed off at Wes Welker right now.
Well, here's what Encyclopedia Man says, Jeff and Frank, and neither of those teams will make the Super Bowl either, Frank. I think what Encyclopedia Man says, and what you're getting at there, buddy, is that you're saying Seattle or Denver will not make the playoffs.
Well, hold on. I was reading Sports
or make the Super Bowl.
Do you know who Peter King of Sports Illustrated had picked to the two? You know what the 2 Super Bowl teams were? Packers winning the Super Bowl over the Indianapolis Colts. I'm shocked about the Colts. Not necessarily shocked about the Packers, but he has the Packers defeating the Colts in Glendale, 30-23.
I disagree with that sports writer's article and the Packers. I got them probably winning the division, but if you remember what happened with the Packers last year, they went 8-7-1. They barely got into the playoffs, and they got knocked out by San Francisco and the wild card. I don't think, in my opinion, I don't see it as a Packers-Colts Super Bowl. What do you think, Jeff? Do you think Green Bay will play Indianapolis in the Super Bowl this year?
Green Bay and Indy? No, I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I don't
think definitely Indy. I think the Packers have a better shot than the Colts.
Yes, and Aaron Rodgers is, or should I say, Tony Romo is like Aaron Rodgers, so you never know.
And
he's not. Aaron Rodgers has a Super Bowl ring.
And before we go to commercial, think about it, too, about how Andrew Luck went to the playoffs last year, looked real sloppy against the Chiefs, and they came back and won that, and then he looked even more sloppier against the Patriots in the AFC divisional playoff game. So he's still having to learn the new offensive system, and I think this is his second year in the NFL, so he's still trying to learn the game still.
And on that note, we're going to run to a quick commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Escott, Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow new way to workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Showman, and joining us like he does each and every Tuesday in the second half of the show, our good friend, the big win, Frank Sprankle. So he's in here with us talking sports. Okay, Sean, what do you got for us next?
The next story that we get to, we move to more NFL. This has been kind of like an NFL show. Another one that we have is San Francisco 49ers coach says, I won't tolerate domestic violence. Can you blame him? I can agree with him.
Good for Jim Harbaugh. Absolutely, because you know what? Domestic violence makes cowards out of men. Men are cowards for hitting women.
Well, here's what Harbaugh said. He goes, quote, you ask me how I feel about domestic violence. I can be very clear about that. Harbaugh said during the radio segment, quote, if somebody physically abuses a woman and or physically or mentally abuses or hurts a child, then there is no understanding. There's no tolerance for that. McDonald, who is 30 years old, is out on a $25,000 bail following his arrest at his San Jose home early Sunday, where he was celebrating his birthday with teammates and friends. Frank, I'm glad that this has come up because I have to tell you, Jeff read an article, a story last week, and read the letter from Roger Goodell that he's finally taking an approach and a stand on domestic violence. Finally, he does something about it because this has to be addressed. There needs to be a resolution to this because this is getting to be ugly, the NFL is, with all these players getting busted and suspended games for what they've done.
I supported the 3-strike and you're out policy. Now, initially, and I've had the conversation with Nicholas Spive on Press Row Central, we talked about this in the wake of the Ray Rice and the 2-game slap on the wrist policy that Ray Rice was enforced on. Nicholas and I talked about this greatly, Sean and Jeff. And what we were discussing here was the fact that you have players that are being suspended for PEDs. We talked about Wes Welker for 4 games. Yeah, there's got to be suspension for those type of acts. But there's got to be an example that men hitting women is not right. It is one of the most disgraceful acts that can be committed among a men, and that is hitting. It's up there. It is completely up there. And initially, Nicholas and I came to the issue on it, and I said that I thought maybe 8 games would be the best suspension for the first offense. 8 games, I think it should be 8 games. I know it's 6 games. I think 6 games is harsh, but 8 games for the first offense, that's what it should entail, including the playoffs. The second time would include a full suspension of a regular season, and then the third time would be a lifetime ban from the National Football League. I think 8 games, including the playoffs for the first offense, a full season for the second offense, lifetime ban the third game. What do you think?
I think it's I like those as ideas, and I believe that the NFL needs to address this more and more throughout the season, and then when this season concludes, because I'm just it just makes you sad when you think about what players are doing, hurting people, being criminals during the off season. And now finally Jim Irsay gets slapped with the 6-game suspension today, $500,000, and also banned for social media.
Listen, if this is an NFL player that's getting into an altercation with another guy outside of a club, that's wrong, but that doesn't bother me completely as much as domestic violence.
Yeah, and that's exactly what needs to be said. That
you got these women. Sean, what do you say about these women that are in domestic violence shelters right now? That is sad.
It's sad.
That is sad. That is repulsive. It just makes you as a man want to kick the holy hell out of these men that committed the act in the first place.
Jeff, your thoughts about this? Harbaugh making a stand today on the radio show saying it's not right at all for what's going on with all this domestic violence.
No, he's right about it. And if whatchamacallit gets proven that he did it, then he'll be off the team. But you can't do anything right now until, because the case is still...
Investigation, yeah.
Right.
That's what I've been saying all along. Let's see what the investigation plays out here. It's like the Notre Dame issue. I'm saying, look, let's see what's happening at Notre Dame with this alleged cheating scandal here before we make our determinations.
Correct.
But I'm not speaking in terms of McDonald here. I'm talking about anybody that hits a woman, any guy that hits a woman.
No, you are right.
I don't care if you play in the NFL or not. I don't care if you play in the NFL or if you work a 9-to-5 job doing construction.
Well, we move on to other stories. The next story I have, Jeff and Frank, we move to the NBA now. We're going to finally get away from the NFL. San Antonio Spurs and the Los Angeles Clippers, they are in a race to get the three-point shooter, one of the best sharpshooters, and Ray Allen. Ray Allen, of course, is looking for a new team. Could it be that the defending NBA champion Spurs possibly land Ray Allen on the team, which would be a blow to Heat fans because he was on the team with LeBron James? And could it be that, he won't be joining LeBron? He'll go to the NBA champion Spurs.
I think he's got a better chance to win his third championship with the Spurs. I mean, he's going to be 40 years old next year. He'll be entering the league at 39 years of age, which if you take a look for somebody that's an outside shooter, obviously 39, look, that may be old for the NBA, but you can play until your 40s if you're predominantly an outside shooter because you're not going down the lane, blocking people, and running into traffic here. Right. So that's why Allen has lasted in the NBA as long as he has, going back to 1996.
Right.
Jeff, what would be your thoughts? Do you think Ray Allen will go to the Spurs or the Clippers?
If he wants to win a championship, he's going to the Spurs.
Another reason why the Clippers are also interested in Ray Allen is because of the connection that Doc Rivers had with Ray Allen and their time in Boston.
Correct. He would do really good over there in Clippers, so he's not going to go with LeBron.
I think it's a win-win. Look, I think it's a win-win, Clippers or Spurs either way.
But I do remember back around July or around June, Ray Allen had said after the conclusion of the NBA Finals that he wanted to go where LeBron James went, but that's just not going to be the case, and that's not going to happen. It just seems like from all the reports from this story, there's no talk of him saying, well, I'm interested in going to Cleveland because LeBron James is there.
Let me ask you this. What about Ray Allen just hanging it up? The guy's won 2 NBA championships. He's been a 10-time or 3 NBA championships, 3 NBA championships, 10-time All-Star. I mean, look at what he has accomplished in his career. He's played in the league for 18 seasons.
Actually, you're right. It was 2. It was
2. All right, 2. My apology. Yeah, 2 championships. Of course, you can't forget about the one with the Celtics in 08.
Yeah,
should the guy just retire? But I'm just saying, should the guy just retire now?
He's had a great career. He's a big.
I might consider it.
It's a possibility. He's a great three-point shooter, great player, very classy. I'm pretty sure he's kind of like saying, it's possible. I think if he wants to keep playing, then keep playing, even though he's going into his 40s and he's kind of getting to the point where he's getting to the end of his career. Mm-hmm. Another team that has expressed interest in Ray Allen is the Dallas Mavericks. Now, how would that be, Frank and Jeff, if Ray Allen went and played for Mark Cuban in the Dallas Mavericks?
Aren't they already old in Dallas?
They got rid of Sean Merriman. He went over to freaking Cleveland. So they're not that old. The oldest person they got is Dirk, right?
Right.
He's the oldest guy in the Nowitzki, right?
Dirk Nowitzki, and of course, what was it? Tyson Chandler went back to Dallas. I know Mark Cuban doesn't want to have to be through the stages of rebuilding, but you're right, Frank. If you look at that Mavericks team, you're looking at a team that's in the midst of rebuilding their whole team because Dirk Nowitzki's getting up there. He's realizing he won a championship, which was great for him back in 2011, but time is coming too.
I don't know if you'd want to go to Dallas. All right, let's say Ray Allen has his options. I just can't see it being Dallas. Perhaps it would be if he wants to win a championship or at least have the better odds of winning the championship. Yeah, the Spurs are there. The Clippers, they have odds. But I'm just thinking maybe the Spurs, the best odds, but perhaps he just wants to end his career having played with a guy that he won his first championship with in Doc Rivers, who he has a close relationship. Maybe he wants to play a year or two for Doc and be part of this renaissance with the Clippers with a new owner as they're getting away from the turmoil.
Encyclopedia Man adds, they have enough three-point shooters. He goes, the Spurs don't need Allen. He would be the Juwan Howard of the Spurs. And he goes, I'm not trying to be a homer here, but the situation for him is to be with the people that he knows, and that can use, and that would be the Bulls or the Clippers. So, Encyclopedia Man, are you saying that the Bulls could be another place for Ray Allen? Chicago?
No, he ain't going there.
I can't see him going to the Bulls. I think the Bulls have an excellent opportunity to win the championship this year. I really do.
I'm not
saying the Bulls I think they're gonna be in the. They're at least gonna be in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes. They're going to be, as far as I'm concerned, they're representing the East in the finals.
And quite honestly, if you take a look at LeBron in 2011, his first year in Miami, as opposed to the second return now, and say what you want about Kevin Love, I think the Bulls are more stacked to win the championship out of the East. I'm not saying they're going to win the championship, but I think they have better odds of any Eastern team than do anybody, even the Cavaliers.
Right.
The Cavs, though, know perfectly well that like Jeff and I have been saying, how are they going to be this year with their bench, this young team? And what are they going to look like with Blatt as the coach? It's going to be interesting to see how they look when the season starts next month. It'll be amazing if they're going to be able to be strong enough in the Eastern Conference. I would say Cleveland fans better hope and pray that their team does well. Otherwise, I'm going to be laughing the whole entire time because I thought, wow, all that money they spent and everybody's saying, we forgive you, LeBron, and then he doesn't deliver a championship. Cleveland hearts are going to be broken again.
Oh, my goodness. What's it going to be like in Cleveland? Oh, my. Cleveland right now is in a sports whirlwind that is that is just rotating at the speed of light, it seems here, Sean and Jeff, because the question is, when is Johnny Manziel going to start? We know it's not going to be Sunday. Well, but hold on. That's a question that everyone wants to know here because.
Oh, yeah. They'll be calling on the radio stations, and Jeff and I will be probably getting a big laugh the day after for our Monday NFL show covering the games, and we'll be talking about the Browns, and they'll be saying, hey, what's going on there in Cleveland?
You know
on the bench.
Sean, there are a lot of people in Cleveland that want to see Brian Hoyer fail.
Yeah, of course.
Just so they could see Johnny Manziel.
Otherwise,
and you know what? That's not going to be good because he's a marked man when it comes to other team NFL defenses.
And then there's tons of people that want to see Johnny Manziel fail.
Okay, hold on, but let's divide it here. It's the people in Cleveland that want to see Johnny Manziel succeed, but outside of Cleveland, Northern Ohio, it's those people that want to see Johnny Manziel fail.
Correct. So what's the problem with that?
I'll tell you. The Browns are going to be out of it very, very quickly. Manziel is going to be the bust in the NFL. The Cavs are going to be a team, in my opinion, with this team. They're thinking that they're going to be the heavy favorites this year in the East. I'll believe that when I see it. I don't see it happening. And if I was living in Cleveland before we go to this second and final update, Jeff and Frank, I wouldn't be getting my hopes up right away in Cleveland. Prove it and show it.
Neither would I. Hey, guys, I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to end the show early. I just can't sit in this chair no more. I'm in so much pain. I need to go lay down. So, unfortunately, I'm the one who runs the show. So, we're going to end the show here. We'll be back tomorrow. Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the rest of it I forgot. So, my back is killing me so much. We're getting the flock out of here. I want to thank Sean. I want to thank Frank for coming on in. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, boys, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, didn't we? So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next time.
Next time? When's that?
Pretty soon.